SAS, side angle side. All right. Okay. No. Where's my notebook? Alright, how do I use side angle side to prove triangles are congruent? Thank you. Alright, let's write the definition of side angle side. So side angle side, which is SAS, and it's congruence. It says, if an angle of one triangle is congruent to an angle of a second triangle, and the lengths of the sides, including these angles, are congruent, then the triangles are congruent. And I'll draw a picture in a second to make sense of it. So it says, if an angle of one triangle is congruent to an angle of a second triangle, and the lengths of its sides, including these angles, are congruent, then the triangles are congruent. I'm going to highlight the word including, or underline the word. I'm going to define it. So if an angle of one triangle is congruent to an angle of a second triangle and the lengths of the sides, including these angles, are congruent, then the triangles are congruent. Including means in the middle of. So, and the lengths of these sides are in the middle, like includes the angle in the middle of it, then it'll make sense. All right, two triangles. Triangle A, B, C, and D, E, F. So what this theorem says is this. Thank you. It says if you have an angle that's congruent, so we're going to say angle B is congruent to angle E. Got it? Then it says you have two sides that include the angle. So the angle is in the middle of those two sides. Does that make sense? So the angle is located between the two sides. So here's side 1, which is side AB, and that corresponds to what side on the other triangle? DE. Right? And then, because I have to be included, the angle has to be in the middle, what's the other side I'm going to talk about? BC and EF. Good, bless you. Does that make sense? The angle has to be in the middle of those two sides. Okay? So think of it as just like the big angle. Like there's the angle, just like that. So here's my side. Here's my angle. Here's my side. Side, angle, side. I don't get to skip around. Does that make sense? I cannot go side, angle, side. That doesn't make sense. You can't skip. It has to follow the pattern. So it has to go side, include that same angle, and then the side. So side, include that angle, side. So it says if angle B is congruent to angle E, and this has to both work. We know that side AB, so segment AB, is congruent to segment DE, and segment BC is congruent to segment EF. Then I can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. All right, we good? We'll move it like this. We're going to draw two other triangles really quick. We're just going to practice labeling side, angle, side. I'm going to tell you that this is S, this is R, this is T, this is a right angle, this is 9, this is 11, and let's say that's 15. This probably doesn't make a triangle, but we'll pretend. L, M, and N. This is 9, this is 11, and this is 15. All right, the way it's going to work is this. You're going to see something like this on your homework. It's going to say S, A, S. S stands for side, angle, side. Make sense? So we need to list them in that order. So I want you to go ahead and figure out what side. First of all, it's always easiest to find the angle, because then the sides are right next to it, right? So circle your angle or highlight your angle or something about your angle so you know. And then you can find your sides right after that. So if you have highlighters, you have 3 different colors. Highlight your angle one color, highlight the sides another color. That way you know what you're talking about. If you want highlighters, go get them. So what angle did you have it? Angle what? The 90-degree angles. So angle R, or I'm going to circle it. So angle R and angle M are the ones you highlighted, yeah? All right, so that goes for S, A, or S? A. And you're going to say that angle what? R is congruent to angle M. Good. Make sense? Okay, what is one of the sides that corresponds with that? Which is adjacent, it's touching it. So we have to go side, angle, side, and they have to be in order. So if the angle's here, what side needs to go with it? T what?
R.
TR is 1. You're going to give me two letters for a side. So TR and MN. Those two go together, right? Ooh, my highlighter's dirty. Okay, so that segment RT is congruent to segment MN. Yes? It doesn't matter if I put it on the top or the bottom, it really doesn't. And lastly is which one? RS and ML again. Now let's write the triangle statement. So since we have all those 3 pieces, we can now say that triangle what? SRT is congruent to triangle LMN by what? Side, angle, side, yeah. You have to state that last part, understood? Are we okay? Okay. This, in your homework, you have a lot that's just this part, okay? We'll give you pictures and then we just want you to identify. So can you identify the angle that's congruent, or we tell you which angle goes with what, okay? And I'll explain the homework when I give it to you. All right, let's do the examples that require more math. Yeah, it Should be in that box right there. If you need one, they're over here on the table. Should be in there somewhere. Yeah? It's great. All right, number 1 is a reflection, so let's go ahead and take out number 1. So as you're going in number 1, let's remember what's the first thing you're going to do. You're gonna what? On that, what do you don't have? We're running out. I'm not gonna buy glue either until they're on sale. What's the first thing we're gonna do? Reflect. Reflect over what? X equals -1. So what did I tell you to always do with that line of reflection? Highlight it, very good. So go highlight the line, x equals -1. X equals -1. Is it up and down or side to side? It's up and down, very good. It's right there, yes? Yeah? Okay, reflect over that line right now. Did you reflect? Jesse, just let her borrow your glue. Or not. I know. Alright, so let's reflect. Does T move? No, it doesn't. It's still T prime. Does U move? No, that's U prime. Where does S go? Over how many? Why are you having a conversation right now? 1, 2, and 3, which is here. So this is my S prime. Go ahead and connect those, yes? Now I said I want you to prove it based on angles. You see what I wrote right here, use angle U. I will tell you what angle to use. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out with side, angle side. But we actually need to know measurements before we actually get to say it's congruent. Do you understand? You cannot just say it's congruent unless I've told you it's congruent or you're proving it's congruent. So what I want you to do right now is we want to use angle U. So to use angle U, that means we need to take our protractor and we need to measure angle U. Okay, in order to measure angle U, we did this before, but let's remember. The little point right here, or yours has like a dot, I think it is. Yours is going to match up on angle U. And the black line, so notice the black line right here, on my protractor needs to line up with the line of segment SU. So I need to line it up like so. Then I need to figure out where it's pointing. If you have your paper or something, you can kind of like cover it up. It's a little easier to look. We want to figure out where is angle U pointing. I don't know why you're looking at me. You should be looking up there. You should be trying it. Everyone has a protractor on their paper, yes? You don't have a protractor? Oh my gosh. What happens when you come late? Where is it pointing? 90 what? Degrees, 90 degrees. So we can say that this angle right here, oops, if I can grab my pen. Angle U is equal to 90 degrees. Measure of angle U is 90 degrees. So it looks like that, okay? So the measure of angle U is 90 degrees. If I want to use angle U, then I need to prove that angle U prime is also what? 90 degrees. So take your protractor. I did an easy one to start. Also put it on U prime. So it's in the same spot roughly. Now I'm lining up this side right here with the line. See it? And then I want to measure U prime, so figure out how much that is. It should be what? 90. We can't assume we have to measure. So the measure of angle U prime is also 90 degrees. Okay. Alright, since those are congruent, we can go over to the angle and say that angle U is congruent to angle U prime. Are we good? Okay, next thing is, since we're using angle U and U prime, which is right here, what sides am I going to use? SU and UT, which means T prime, U prime, and U prime, S prime, correct? My highlighter is not liking me. I guess I can use pink over here. So this one and this one. Yeah? Okay, in order to prove that they are congruent, we need to measure those sides. So I either have to use distance or I have to count. Can I count here? Alright, so let's count. That's how many? How many? 3. So I can say that SU equals 3. What corresponds with SU? S prime, U prime. Go ahead and count those. How many is that? That's also 3. Good. Make sense? Okay, which other one do I need? UT. Can I count it or do I have to use distance? I can count on this one. So count up how many? 2. So UT is 2. And U prime, T prime is also 2. Good. If you are counting, do I expect to see numbers on your graph? Yeah. If you're using distance, then I see distance formula. Got it? But if you're counting like this, then I expect to see numbers and stuff like that. All right, so now let's go ahead and list our side. What side am I using? SU. So segment SU is congruent to segment S prime, U prime. Good. You already did the work. It's all right here. Do you see it? So now all we're doing is taking this, since it works, and we're putting it up here. So what's my second side? UT, which is congruent to U prime, T prime. We both have to say prime. So then I can say triangle SU what? Is congruent to triangle S prime, U prime, T prime by side, angle, side. Make sense? All right, number 2. Number 2 is the rotation. I want to use angle W. is angle W. We're rotating 180 degrees about the origin. Does it matter which way I turn? No, it doesn't. You can. You could probably cut it, because you only need to do one. So if you just take one and cut it into fours, then y'all can use it. You cut it into fours, you can share, because you don't really need that much. You're just doing one problem. Always can I have a quarter? Thanks. Here. You have to rotate. What quadrant does your triangle end up in? Between the two bottom ones? What are those two bottom ones called? 3 and 4? So rotating, does it matter? No. 1 and 2. Right about there? There we go. Alright, W is actually is it in the quadrant or is it on the axis? It's on the axis. W prime. Oops, I can draw. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. For those of you not practicing, I don't know how you're going to pass this next test. Okay. What angle did I say to use? W. So what does that mean about W? You need to measure it with the protractor. So go ahead and take your protractor and measure angle W. So then you're going to measure W prime. Your test is either Friday or Monday? Yep. Looks like Friday. Do we get an angle measure? No. It might be more of identifying the construction, but not an actual construction. Like, you're not going to do the construction. Does that make sense? It's going to be like looking at it and deciding what it is. All right, measure angle W. When I measure angle W, but there will be translations. What did you get for angle W? 100 and what? You got 110? Oops, if I can hold my protractor straight. 110? That looks right. Good job. So the measure of angle W is 110 degrees, which then means I need to go measure angle what? W prime. I need to make sure I stayed at 110 degrees. So if I measure W prime, as long as I can draw straight, that's also at 110. Good. So I can now go say that angle what? Good. Angle W is congruent to angle W prime. Now, what side is going to correspond with this? WV. So VW is one of them, which corresponds to what side over here? W prime, V prime. And then you have this side here, which needs to correspond to this side here. Yes? Okay, let's do the easy one first. The one I can what? Count. I can count W to U. How many spaces is that? It is 3. So WU equals 3, which means W prime U prime hopefully equals 3. 1, 2, and 3. It does. Yes? Good? Okay. Then I have to do distance for VW and W prime V prime. Make sense? Okay, so what I want is half the class. So that half over there, you're going to do this one. And then this half over here, you're going to do this one. Because they're different ordered pairs. Got it? So you're going to do distance from W prime V prime, and you're going to do distance over there from V to W. So different ordered pairs means different distance problems. Do you have answers? What What do we get for VW? No one. There's like 15 of you over there. Radical 10? What did you get for V prime, W prime? Radical 10? You're both correct. There. All right, so now I can go ahead and state my sides. I can say WU is congruent to W prime U prime. And then I can say VW is congruent to V prime W prime. Therefore, I can say that triangle, what? What are your triangles? VWU is congruent to triangle V prime W prime U prime by what? Side angle side. Okay? Make sense? You can write it on your own. Okay, let me explain your homework. Your homework says to write the congruent statement. Okay? It says make sure to indicate use the indicated angle, and it says use corresponding parts. So you will need to translate first, and then all you're going to do is write the congruent statement for the triangles, and then side angle side. And I tell you what angle to use. Got it? Translate, same thing here, using angle H. Reflect, using angle J. Rotate, using angle R. Make sense? All you're doing is stating the pieces. You're not doing anything hard. Same with 5 and 6. Okay? Then on 7 and 8, you're doing what we just did right here. But I've already done it for you. I've already translated it, or rotated it, or what it reflected it, and all you have to do is now the work to prove they're congruent. Does that make sense? And it still tells you what angle to use. Got it? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass this out. If you were smart, you'd measure your angles really quick because you have a protractor, and you don't have a protractor at home. Ooh, here. You need one more. So if I were you, I'd flip to 7 and 8 really quick and measure your angles.